Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you?
It's Monday, but yay, it's Monday.
You always say, is it Friday yet?
I know. In my body, it always feels like it should be Friday.
Yes, we are here. Good morning to everyone who is joining on the live platforms. Today, we are going to talk about a little bit of news and talk about the week ahead, like what's happening at Disney World this week. We won't have a chance to get to the comments today, but I will be here solo tomorrow and I will be able to take your comments then and we'll get to talk about anything that happened on today so we can get you caught up then. But today, let's talk about what we know right now. What's the first news thing, Heather?
Well, in the past few days, I'd say in the past like half a week or so, we've been getting some indications about what to expect in regards to the buildings that are going to be part of some of the new construction that's happening. So when Disney's been filing these permits, they've been having to, of course, you have to show them your plan so you can get your permit.
Hmm.
And those permits have
Information.
information.
There, yeah, this is a way that a lot of the news gets broken in this niche is,
Hmm.
oh, they filed a permit.
Hmm. So it's kind of fun to follow along. So far, some of the things that we've seen are building sizes over at Pistons Peak and the Villains Land area over at Magic Kingdom, and then the Tropical Americas Playground.
Hmm.
So it's kind of fun to see what it's gonna, at least the size wise, you kind of get your brain going on what we might expect.
Do we think that playground is going to be bigger than the boneyard or no?
I don't know. I hope it is as engaging because I always thought the Boneyard was a very, at least for me, I thought it was unique. I thought it was kind of fun. It was a very interesting concept. If that fit the area, even if you didn't like Dinoland USA, that seemed to fit that whole premise of this is a little pop up that started around where some crews were excavating for dinosaurs, so that it fit. So I
Hmm.
hope this next one is the same.
It was also big. Like, that's
Yeah, it
why I
was
was
huge.
asking because I'm like, if they can bring in a new playground that's just as big, I think people will be so happy with that.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. So super fun to see that. Makes me hopeful that I will live long enough to
To see,
see these projects be completed.
because they do be moving slow.
Yes, Disney's pace is not universal pace.
No, we moving on.
Yeah.
What else is in the news?
The remaining themes for Disneyland After Dark were announced last week, so that's fun. Some of the same ones that we've seen before. So, Sweetheart Night, Disney Channel Night, Star Wars Night, Pride Night, and then a new one that's called 70 Years of Favorites.
Yeah, and I am trying to show pictures because some of these things do have really cute pictures to go with them, and they posted some of them on their socials, but some of them already exist, like they're repeats.
Hmm.
So this is for the Disneyland After Dark Star Wars night.
Oh, those outfits are ridiculously cute.
Yeah, it's 4 different dates for this particular event, end of April, early May, and it's just look at the projections on It's Small World. It's so,
That's so
so cute.
fun.
And then they also posted about the Disney Channel night,
Hmm.
which is in April on a few different nights,
Hmm.
including the Proud Family. And that's really cute too. Another thing that is a repeat performance is for Pride Night.
Hmm.
And that's something that I went to about a year and a half ago. And it's only a couple nights in June, but they really go all out with, like, you can see the projections and the photos here. And it is a whole parade and fireworks, and the characters have special outfits. It's a very family friendly environment, which is super sweet. Like, I just love that there's this family friendly option.
Super joyful.
It's super joyful. It's just one of the most fun events I've ever participated in. They also have they have rainbow projections on It's a Small World. Isn't that fun?
That is very fun. I love how they can do that out at Disneyland. Use the facade out there to bring some of the party atmosphere stuff to different parts of the park.
Yes. Absolutely love it. Disney World doesn't have an equivalent like that.
Mm-mm.
These sort of themed events, but they are very popular at Disneyland.
Yes, in fact, the Sweetheart Night I think is already sold out. Yeah, that one's sold out. It has been, it was announced and the pre-sale happened back in December, so
Hmm.
not surprising that that one sold out. The 70 years of favorites, I'm very intrigued by.
Yes, that's a new one, and
That
it's specific to this year.
yes, because it's the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, so they're bringing back some favorite foods. Okay, but if they were favorites, why'd they get rid of them in the first place?
Where'd they go?
Yeah, where'd they go? Why aren't they always there?
Hmm.
So they're bringing back some of that stuff. Do you think they're bringing back 70 years ago ticket prices? Like,
They'd be really sold out then.
I think if they're going to call it the 70 years of favorites, I think that we should get all the favorites back.
Yep, I would have loved to have. I didn't go to Disneyland for the first time until like 2009,
Dang.
so it would have been nice to go back.
Yeah, and see it.
Hmm.
So that's fun. So, do you think there'll be lots of for that one in particular, kind of the Dapper Day esque people
Oh,
there?
people dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing if
That would
it
be
worked out that way, because
yeah.
you and I have dressed up and done Disneyland for Dapper Days,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very fun. I know Dapper Days exist also at Disney World, but for
Mm-hmm.
some reason, it just makes more sense to us at Disneyland.
Yeah.
The weather,
Yes. Yes. I
maybe?
think the weather. Absolutely, the weather.
Yes. Any other news before we move along?
No, that's about it.
We did want to share, speaking of history and 70 years of Disneyland, this day in Disney World history, which is what, Heather?
So on this day, back in 1967, which it was just a few weeks after Walt had passed away,
Hmm.
that was when his brother Roy held his big press conference to talk about doing Walt Disney World intentionally and keeping it true to what Walt had wanted. And that's when they added the name instead of just calling it Disney World, where they started incorporating the name Walt into it. So it's Walt Disney World, kind of in honor of him. And that became part of its, its permanent name. So that's why it is Walt Disney World instead of just Disney World.
Hmm. It is February 2nd, 1967.
Remember it fondly.
Yeah, same. We were negative something years old back then,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's a fun memory, and just Walt didn't really get to see Disney World.
No, not other than just some plans. So
Yep.
that's what he got.
100%. We also wanted to talk about what's coming up this week at
Mhm.
Disney World. So if you are curious or you're heading that way, you'll know what to expect. What's the first thing to know?
Over at Animal Kingdom, Dino Land is now gone. Yesterday was the last day. Dino Land.
Um, in the arms of the
Angel.
angels, far away. Goodbye forever.
It's
Goodbye, Dino Land.
gone but not forgotten. I would love to see some little callback. You know how the Imagineers often do that? They incorporate something little that, super fans will recognize in a new construction if they've torn down something old before.
Hmm.
So I would love to see what they're going to do for Dino Land. But yes, it is gone. Dinosaur, of course, is being repurposed into a Indiana Jones attraction. Not exactly the same as what they have over at Disneyland, but something similar. And um, the Boneyard's gone. There's going to be a new playground. There's going to be a new Encanto ride. There's going to be a carousel, some dining options, and of course, I'm sure some opportunities to purchase some merch. But they are full steam ahead on that with the projected 2027 opening date, which is so fast for Disney.
That is really, really fast for a whole land.
Mhm.
And they have to like tear down a lot of other stuff to make the land happen. I think that's pretty fast for them. I did post a video pretending to be sad about Dinosaur being closed, but being secretly happy because not all of us are big fans. If you are sad, I'm sorry for you
Mhm.
that it's closing. But for some of us, it feels like an upgrade because having a dinosaur jump out at you, kind of terrifying.
It's very terrifying. It's very loud. I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also always excited for something new. So bring on
Hmm.
something new.
Okay, adios to Dino Land.
Yep. One thing though that I think is going to be kind of interesting is what, if any, impact it's going to have on the parks, and so we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens in the next upcoming weeks. I don't. Dinosaur was never so wildly popular that I felt like it was sucking up a ton of people because it was usually relatively easy to get a lightning lane for. The wait times were never super high, but any sort of attraction closing will have an impact.
Yeah, and they are doing stuff to try to mitigate that,
Mm-hmm.
including the Harambe Market opening to sort of
Mm-hmm.
take in some of the restaurantosaurus people.
I think Bluey and Bingo moving out
Hmm.
to Conservation Station. I saw that they were the number one streaming show from last year. They're just incredibly popular. So I think that will draw some people. I think the new Zootopia, Better Together, is way more popular than It's Tough to Be a Bug was.
Hmm.
And that's going to help absorb some of the people. And it's been open now for a couple months. So we'll just have to see if Dinosaur actually closing has any other sort of impacts. Because in the beginning, that whole land had 3 attractions.
Primeval World,
Uh huh.
Triceratops Spin, and Dinosaur.
Yep. And
Hmm.
they got rid of Primeval Whirl because there was some accidents that happened on it. It was that one was Primeval Hurl for me. It was an intense ride that looks like something it should have been in a carnival. Um, and then Triceratops Spin was never a big, super
Hmm.
huge crowd draw, but Dinosaur, it did suck up some people. So we'll have to see.
Hmm. 100%. What
Um,
else?
what's happening right now is Disney's earnings call is taking place. So I'm anxious to see what all is revealed on that.
And why would a casual parks goer care about the results of the call?
Usually they give an indication. Well, they have to, reveal to their shareholders how things are going. So you get the numbers from streaming platforms and what they're making from that, and how subscriptions are going for Disney Plus. Parks attendance, they usually kind of reveal information from the previous quarter, which covers for this time the holidays, see how the holidays were faring. And then also Universal just had their released their numbers and they were up 22%.
Hmm.
And they're attributing that to the opening of the Epic Universe stuff.
Hmm.
So this was Comcast's call. So they were saying that Universal's parks were part of that 22%. And it'll be interesting to see if Disney saw any impact. Did Universal doing better in bringing in more crowds? Did that raise up Disney World, or are they direct competition? I feel like rising tide raises all ships. And if you
Oh,
get
100%.
more people going down to Orlando, a lot of them are splitting time then between the two parks, but
Hmm.
you've also got lots of people who may not have been going at all who are
Hmm.
opting to spend time in both parks. So
Yep,
it'll be
100%.
interesting to see.
They might also be making an announcement
Mm,
during the call.
yeah.
Bob Iger is not around forever.
Nope. As much as people want him to be.
So most people, I think, believe it's going to be Josh tomorrow, but there's been some other names thrown out, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to find out very soon if they make a decision on that.
Yeah. How do you feel about if it is Josh? And no spoilers if they've already said. Don't spoil it. I want to find out. I want to go rewatch it.
Um, you know, I don't, you and I have been in rooms where Bob Iger was there, where Josh D'Amaro
Mm-hmm.
was there, where Bob Chapek was there, and there is a noticeable difference in these people. And I will say Josh D'Amaro does have the charm and the
Yes.
presence of Bob Iger.
Yes, that energy.
Yes.
Um, He definitely knows how to work a crowd.
Yes,
uh,
Chapek did not, and I know that there's a lot of different skills that you need in this
mhm.
role. That one that we have, witnessed in person is very noticeable. So, I know at the very least Josh has that,
Yes.
which helps to get people on your side and
Mhm.
to, a lot of Bob Iger's legacy is how much he has partnered with other companies
Mhm.
to, do things with Disney. And those skills work in a one-on-one situation as well. So I don't know. Josh doesn't have the breadth of experience that Bob
Mhm.
Iger did, but he has a lot.
Yes. Earlier this month when it was super snowy, so what, 2 weekends ago, we rewatched all of the Imagineering stories because, couldn't go outside, and I found it very interesting the discussions they had over the evolution of the different people who had been in charge after Walt was there and Roy was there, and how it's like this pendulum, kind of like with politics, where they go all in on somebody who's connected to
Mm-hmm.
the Imagineers and to the parks, and then it's swaying back the other direction, and you had somebody who was more um, looking at the money side, kind of more the Roy, the parks. They weren't important, so money and time wasn't being spent invested in there. And then you get Eisner eventually, and you kind of swing way back the other direction, and then they have some issues with Disneyland Paris, and that kind of slows that stall, and then we swing back the other direction. So I really hope though it would be nice to stay like we brought back Iger. I would love to see Josh tomorrow if he does move into that position to continue to invest in the parks and to give us park people what we want.
Yeah, wasn't it him at D23 Expo that made all those incredible announcements?
Yes,
Yeah, I think it
yes,
was. Yeah. Yeah. So I think he's very heavily tied to that. So
yeah.
that would probably be a good thing. I can't speak to how it would be related to Disney Plus or, their work with Pixar, or any of these other
Hmm.
things, but with the parks, I think he's good for the parks.
I think he is too. I really hope he doesn't let me down. No pressure, no pressure, Josh.
What else this week?
Festival of the Arts is continuing over at Epcot. It's
For a little while.
for a little bit longer, about 3 more weeks. It ends on the 23rd. So if you haven't made it out and you want to, you only have a couple more weekends or weekdays. I mean, it is all week long, but if you're local,
Um, we do have graphics where we talk about the different things happening for the month, and they're posted on like website, social media, etc. They're very tiny when you share them on the screen like this. But basically, we talk about what's going on in February and the crowd
hmm
calendar. And it also talks about things like Festival of the Arts going on through February 23rd. And then the Princess Half is later this month.
Yep.
So we have a lot of different things going on over there. And then also the after hours events are continuing.
hmm
Not still, they just restarted. The after hours events are continuing throughout the month, including this week, which has some at Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
Yep. The both of those are getting their special night this week. So it's kind of feels kind of slow, but I'm curious to see if we don't have something more to talk about tomorrow, or you don't have something more to talk about tomorrow since I won't be here after they finish up their call.
Yes. Would you like to talk about why you're not going to be here tomorrow?
Because today's my birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, and it's a big one. I'm turning 30
Hmm.
plus 20, and yeah, so my husband has something special planned. We're gonna take the day off and enjoy it.
Yeah. So you'll let us know what ends up happening because it's a big mystery.
It is. Yeah, I have no clue.
Okay. So I'll be back tomorrow to talk about the earnings call and any news that comes out of that. And then Heather will be back with me on Wednesday to continue our chats.